Now don't say anything more.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening. It's your painter in residence, Francis McCarthy. I thought we'd take a break from coastals, although I really should be painting a coastal right now. I painted a bunch, maybe two this week. Good ones. So the last one I'm very excited to share with you. It's like, well, it was going to be a blue one, but I ended up liking the sky composited in so much. It just has a bluish, cool feel with some nice glowing colors. Beautiful painting. Today, though, we're going to do a path, okay? And what do you say? What do you like? That skin? Yeah. Some kind of skin there. I'm on the cusp. I actually haven't had a great year financially, not complaining. Of course, you're welcome to support me. Send me some dosh, please. But I think a lot of you are in the same boat. It's just how things are right now. I don't love this. I've been really wanting to get a tube of Classico. This wasn't that expensive, so... I may do that. I just find it anemic, weak. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to adjust it right now. Mostly, I don't like how light it is. So if I add some black to it, I might like it better. I don't have to worry about it drying slow, since the bulk of it's for a number. You want some more light on there? I could do that. The camera's really good at adjusting. These Panasonic video cameras are great. I loved using it forever, but I have to say I really love the quality I'm getting from my Canons. Way better. I wish I'd done that ages ago. Alright, so there's a adjusted. Got a little more greenish, I would say, but whatever. This is kind of sepia with greens is going to be this painting. It's very, it's not, well, reds, greens, yeah, but it's not zero blues, no blues. Kind of response to where my head's at right now. No blues. In fact, I don't need no blues here. I put. Oh, no wonder. Shoot. No wonder. That's garbage. That's no wonder that was off. Damn. I just put Prussian blue in. That's how dark it is here. Okay. No wonder that did not look good. That would look good. Well, yeah, okay. All right, fine. Good. He's, yeah, just label the colors and I'll do the painting. Honestly, we're not that far from that point. We don't need a lot of gray, so I won't worry about it right now. I'll try that again, hey. That will look better. I no wonder it looked all greeny and weird. Yeah, we'll do it here. Alright, that's burnt umber. And my main criticism is that it just isn't dark enough. I want to, you know, I want to be able to, I don't want it super dark, but a little darker. That's nice. That's beautiful. That's what I was expecting. Rich. So glad I didn't start that painting. That would have been a nightmare. So that's kind of what I would have had with the Murray. Just a bit darker. There'll be a lot of umber used in this painting. I think I may just concentrate on the underpainting this morning. I don't know. I might be back. Let's see. It's a bit late to even be starting a painting. I got time to do the underpainting though. And that's what we're going to do. Got my brush. It's a semi-stubby 2 Robert Simmons Signet series. I got put some oil in my jar finally. Been nursing that along. Yeah, it's okay. There's been less sales. I have had some though, so that's encouraging. My astrologer tells me things should open up later in the year. I hope so. But what I was going to say is that it's all good. You know what? As long as I got food to eat, place to live, I got paints, I got boards, I got references, I got cameras, hard drives to store things on. I'm feeling good. Nice. Beautiful surface, ready to go. Nice. Okay, we are doing a grid, so not with this oil though. I probably could do the rub down with the linseed, with the archival oil brand, odorless lean. That's my painting medium here. But, it costs a heck of a lot more than linseed oil. And the linseed oil hasn't rubbed down like that. Hasn't seemed to slow down the drying at all. So, let's just do a quick check here. Let's kind of back to the classical. Also doing the 6x8 today. I've been doing 5x7s. I'm going to keep going with the 5x7s, I think. I've got this sort of series I'm working on with the coastal. They're actual places, but I did like that bluish one. Not even bluish. A lot of blue in it. One day, brown the next. There we are, folks. I think this is really a nice composition. Although I've had it composited for 6-7 months and just passed it by, but today it hit me. And I don't love the scene that I installed in it. Now, this is, based on one of my photos, but I run it through the old Stable Diffusion. this is one of the potential choke points, like where everything's going here. But my plan is to stick with the reference, which is vague. It's not very clear where the road starts or stops. Well, it's clear where we start on the bottom, but I sure do like that better with that little bit of black in it. Might be okay. I've had like a big, well, I've got challenges right now. One that I've been challenged with the video card I've had in my computer for 5 years. The color, I don't like it. Okay, if we're gonna do another tree, we don't need to do another tree there. Yeah, this stuff's just thinner with less body. I do like the tone better now with the black. Brush is doing a nice job. It's a semi-stubby, so it's getting abused a bit. definitely better with the black in it. And I'm trying to remember not to go too dark on the top. I like to do that, and it looks okay in the painting, but the photography does not. Although I must say a much better handle on things than I did. It's about this time last year. That I started in with the my Canon R7. I think we're down to grid. Yeah, I just zoomed in, but I'm going to zoom out because I want to get these. I want to get these masses sorted. Do the perspective trick here. Perspective trick is a way, just in case you didn't know, it's a way, because there's not some good distinct stuff to paint here, so in areas where there's a bunch of nothing like that, I like to want that over for you. Won't be too big of a deal to do that. That's the great thing about the underpinning stage. So glad I'm not. I've been thinking, yeah, so I follow the AI. I use it for my video stuff, like my descriptions and transcriptions, and I use it to help me with my references sometimes, which is sometimes great. You know when it's great is when it does something really cool that you don't expect, right? It's great at that. But it's way less good if you have something in mind and you're trying to get it to do it. It's getting better though, I will say. Anyway, getting to my point, especially having been a commercial illustrator, which, the definition of commercial illustrator, you want it? It's called doing a bunch of stuff you don't want to do for money. That's what that is. No one's paying me to do this. Someone might pay for this. Yeah, you could spend a lot of time working out all the branches and stuff. Best not to. Get your key branches in. You saw what I did. And then your foliage. And then, some more branches. Less branches is always better than more. Well, this drawings look pretty good. Well, it's not raining. It's going to be raining any minute. Yeah, it is. It's raining. Okay. I like that line right there. Look at that. I like these little highlights here. Well, I'm so glad I was going to go out and do some photography today. I'm glad I didn't. Floppy. Side of the brush is floppy. Not brush. Look at that. That's no good. Floppy. Or spongy, I guess would be a better way to put it. I think we'll call that drawing done. Happy with that. Okay, see ya. Probably maybe tomorrow. Okay. Hey, it's another day. Same painter, same painting, new day. Very happy with this. It's a little bit tacky, but it's basically dry. Look, you know, that's cool. And it didn't go too matte, which is very good because I added that ivory black in. I'm pretty happy with this drawing. I see it in the reference. I see it in my painting. I kind of thinking of another tree there. That would give me 1, 2, 3. So I'll be watching out for that. You're going to get a look at the reference right now because with color, I'm pointing to things that you're not actually going to see because you're not seeing the drawing. I forgot. I'm seeing the drawing. And we're going to make some colors. So you are looking at the reference. Based on the photo I took, went through quite a lot of different processes though, and I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty excited to make a painting from this. It's just a means to an end. The video of mine that came up today was the synthetic painting easel talk, and yeah, this is a perfect example of what I'm doing. The reference is, looks synthetic, but we don't care. We're making a painting. And the painting's gonna, let's get some more matter. I don't know how much it's gonna matter. Rose matter. I use very little in my process these days, and it's definitely a bigger part of the show, which is great. It's fine. I still use it. Still need it. It gets me out of the bind every now and again. Okay, you'll be happy to know I loaded up my palette, so we don't need to bother you with any of that. I mixed some nice gray, mixed green. Don't know how much. The gray is going to maybe be a factor up in this the region just below the trees on our left. Okay. Now the sky, I did try compositing some things in there, but you know what? I think just the yellows is going to be the way to go. And then maybe you notice I put a little extra Mars yellow down. I think that's going to be a big factor. Playa. Not so much in this though. I'm going to have some. Let's lean into that and that. And we don't even need to know that I need to put in some of that. And that's going to make it a little greenish, I think. Although the Mars yellow has a reddish component to it, which I really like. That's one of the reasons I really like it over, say, I probably use it more than the yellow ochre, which I do use. Now, okay, going, what color is that? I don't see that. Well, just relax. I don't want this to... Now it's a super subtle color. I'm trying to flatten it. Yeah, I knew that would bring in some green, but that's actually not too bad. This will be our dark cloud color. Nooks in the trees, things like that. And then here, the brighter color. Yeah, I'm getting it. That's looking great. Well, I really pushed it over the edge with even more raw umber in the mix, and a little bit of Mike's Gray, which is a mix of the titanium white and ivory black. I do like that. I want a little more glow in it. This is tough because what I'm seeing in the monitor is light, and what I'm dealing with here is pigment. But this is where experience is a great guide. Because you just know where you're going to have to compromise anyway, since you've made that compromise a bunch of times. I like that. Could be yellower. I don't really want to go there. I'm actually super happy with that. Sky's done. Now, that's the whole sky. Yeah. I meant to get some paper towels when I was up. Let's get some. I mean, that's almost nothing on the palette there, but a little haze, but you know, I am semi persnippy. That's a better place. Yeah, I got to thinking about this burn umber thing we did yesterday with the black. I'm very happy with that. But then I was thinking, well, maybe because if you go back maybe 4 or 5 years in the channel, I was using black for my underpaintings, but I ran into a lot of problems. Like, it was fine if I did the underpainting and then went right into painting, but at the end, like in this case where this one sat, what would happen is the black wouldn't be ready the next day, and then I would have to wait a week, because if I tried to paint over it, the oil in the paint would actually loosen the underpainting. I've talked about that a lot over the years. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm probably gonna have to go darker. There's a lot of... Nice. I don't want to mess with things, but I keep thinking this should work. Whoops, that's the wrong freaking thing. Well, might have achieved what I was after though, which is a little... Oh, I'll leave it. I'm not going to mess with it. That's in the knob. Whatever. That's a little, you can see the legs there. That's a little easel, which is being held down by a big 2x4. Because it's too lightweight, even for this little video cam. But it has a neat extension arm thing. It was cheap, but it works. We're doing it. We've been using it for a while for this job. I had a whole other setup which is still sitting there actually. Should probably take it down. That was adapted from a microphone. That's a lot more problematic. Okay, next color. Well, it's a green. I mean, we have all these greens. Yeah, green is a big player in this, but I don't want it to be a green, so it's going to be almost half. Burnt skin. Oh, you got a skin, do you? That burnt skin is nice. It doesn't dry too quickly. Now, I don't want to go too dark on this because I'm not a lot of shadow. I want to be able to come out of that. And you know what? The matter, we feel bad. We're going to put some in there. There we go. This is a semi-sepia tone. Semi-sepia. I'm going to keep some of the green out of the grasses. You can see it in the reference. Don't need to go there. So, oh yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do our alternate technique today, which is, I've kind of been doing it forever, but I sort of codified it to the degree it's not in the current book I'm writing. Okay, what is it? Mike, say what you mean what you say. Okay, green then red, right? That's a great strategy. If we're seeing like this for almost any scene. What are you getting the skin, are you, Cadred? Well, I end up throwing a lot of this away, but the thing is, having it there when I need it can be, it's a subtle thing. You see how powerful it is, though. Look, I could have been struggling with that, with the burnt sienna, whatever. I never got there. I like that. That's a little cherryish, though. So we want to balance that out. How are we going to do that? With green. We're using complementary color theory. Look. Okay. That's actually pretty good. Still very dark. I won't need a lot of it, but I'm setting up a pattern now. Now we're going to go with another rich green, using Mike's green, which is a combo of the acrylite with the ivory black. Mr. Truck making noise there. Okay. Yeah, orange. We're going to lean into the orange. That's looking good. Wanted lighter, but still, that's actually pretty dang good. I'm going to go even a little lighter. I want to spread. I don't want to waste my time with pre-mixing colors without spread, because I can do intermediates while I'm painting. 16. We might have time to paint the sky in here. We go to lunch. Okay, bump, bump, bump. And then the next color will be using the grass. We're just going to lean into this Mars yellow, which looks fake as right now, but look at the power of the raw umber. Oh, what a beautiful natural color now. And we can even add more, I think. But because it's weak and the Mars is strong, you probably have to add more. The raw umber is weak, the Mars is strong. You probably have to add more. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Mostly for grass, but it'll be around. I'm not going to mix a lighter green. I could do. And, well, I could do. Maybe I should do. Okay, you talk me into it. Wasn't hard either. I don't need a ton of it though, so I didn't mix a ton. I'm not going to mix a lighter gold though, or any of that. We'll deal with that later. I'm going to mix a color for the path though, gray, a little more grade. I don't want it a red path. I mean, if you're looking at the reference, which you are, you should be. Yeah, you see that. That's fine for reference, but we don't want to let that go. We're going to make a little more natural color. Brassian is getting some play in it. Oh, that looks awful. We're not done though. Old tube of wind. That's getting there. That's our dark. I'm going to leave some of that there to do the lighter version. What is he doing? He's out of control. So as a general rule, we'll use the ivory black in the mixes because it's cleaner. The Mars black comes with a lot of dirtiness in it, which will just muddy the colors. Now, some people might look at my stuff and go, "Oh, you don't mind mud." They'd be wrong. They need to turn on the light. They'd be wrong. Okay. Lighter tan. It's a little pinkish. It'll do. I'll spend all day on this. We can adjust as we're painting. Okay, I think that's all the colors we're going to need. Remember, I'm not going to go green on those grasses. You see those real bright greens there. We're going to go into yellows and things. We'll mix that as we go. We got a nice foundation here. I think I switched to soybean oil maybe a year ago. I don't know the exact time. I still have a quarter of a bottle from the grocery store. This would have been done with the pricier solvent. And that can of solvent's like 80 bucks New Zealand. That's like 50, 60 bucks American. It ain't cheap, and it goes pretty quick. You need a couple cans a year. Oops, sorry. Sorry, I forgot to put my thing back on. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Alright. This is why I got multiple recording sources. Alright, that's that. Okay. Yeah, that was only a second ago. Ooh, I meant to top up some of these things that bothering you. You're not bothered, are you? You're relaxing. You're just watching the painting come together. What a joy. So much better, I tell you. I mean, I seen like this AI animation of two anime characters dueling it out with swords and explosions everywhere. It's like, why should I care about any of this? It's all moving too fast. It's not real. Nothing's happening. Why should I care? Why should I care? No reason you should care about that anime. And probably the only reason you would care about this painting going on is because you like to make your own paintings. You want some insight. You want to glean and then go forth and create. Good on you. Hopefully we can help. Okay, my goal with this tube is to keep this clean. Just like I've been keeping my little bowl clean. So that the lid, The lid on these can be a real problem, man. The lid on these Georgian tubes is what I'm talking about. And then the lid on the Classica is even worse. It's a bigger lid. What happens is whole threads get gummed up. And then the paint, you can't put the lid on properly. The paint dries. It's not good. Okay, what about this for the sky brush? What do you think? No? Too small? Yeah, okay, you're right. And when you're right, you're right. I'm really kind of flared out. I want some... I want me some... filbert. Yes, that's right. It's not very big though. How about the 2? How about the 2? We have access to that. That's a little more broken 4. That might be fine. Yeah. Oh, there's a 2 in here. There you go. Perfect. There. That'll do. Yeah, because we got some width. Right? I mean length. Let's say width when I meant length. With that length, you can make these kinds of strokes. We don't need to do much here. There are those little distant hills which are just going to be vague. I don't love the composition of the reference. That's why I kind of have one going one way, one going the other. It could just be a bar straight across. You know, it just needs to be something. The lake is there. Pardon me. Just a little something. Yeah, the pollen, man. The pollen this year is getting me. I think I'm starting to... You know, I never had hay fever in California until I got in my 30s, and then, boy, it hit me. Yeah, like this. It's not too red. Hopefully it's not too green. Hope I'm not just talking myself into things. Let's put it I probably would like to have a little more control. This is alright.
Morning.
Good morning. How you doing? Yeah, I only see part of a couch there. So in the past I would try to draw all that stuff out. And I mean, I had some success, don't get me wrong, but this approach is better where the definition's coming in from the brushwork. So that was my darker yellow. I know it seems really bright. While we're here, I think this tone will be pretty good for setting up some...
I'm curious to know how that photo turned out of the one you took of the shiny.
Oh, email it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't pulled it off yet.
Okay.
Shiny what? Oh, yeah, I know you're curious about that. Oh, there'll be a subtle reflection in it. But there's actually some tools in Lightroom for dealing with reflections now. So that might be a workaround. I don't know. Yeah.
And I've used Lightroom a lot.
Yeah.
Where I haven't used Photoshop.
Yeah, no, I use Photoshop more than Lightroom, but yeah.
Well, I use Lightroom because it was cheaper.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Actually, I know now, but I always had the subscription to the two.
Yeah.
And the photo package, but I just saw an ad on YouTube, like 50% off on Adobe, and I'm like, well, maybe they're wising up.
I'm getting all kinds of...
Because they zagged when they should have zigged, because I'm sure you've heard the big headlines is SaaS is over, right? Software as a service. Yeah, of course it is. I mean, in fact, Claude just blew it out of the water with I think they said it was 1,000-page text, 1,000-character text file. It's basically eliminating all this like.
I was there at the beginning of SAA.
Yeah. Well, it was a huge
SAS.
business, right? But
SAS.
Pity the fool that's still in that business. You know, well, maybe you're hanging on. In fact, there's going to be inertia with a lot of companies, but it wouldn't be, down the road, it'd be like the guy that was, setting type with the little metal letters, when the photographic process came along.
We don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, nice to see you here, bright and early. Kind of.
Oh, I've still got a...
Where's the couch? I see parts of the couch.
Because of the rain yesterday.
Oh, you only
the
got...
guy that was supposed to go get his trailer and
clear
out the rest of our storage, and because the only thing that's left in there is the stuff that he's taking.
Yeah.
So our friend, he drove all the way up here with plans to go up and get the trailer.
Yeah.
And then it started raining, and he's up Sandy Bay up in the hills, and it's just a dirt path.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Well, good luck with it.
So I have to wait another week.
Oh. Okay, some nice little... That's very much what's going on reference, but don't love it. Because that just is like acting as an arrow pointing down. It's got to be counterbalanced. Even if it's literally, even if it's a straight line. That's enough for now. Okay, back to I don't know if we've even used that on its own, but here's kind of like some clouds. Subtle. Okay, now we're lighter color. Just gonna say super light. See what I mean? This is where a looser brush is good. One of the reasons I like the DOS. So for this kind of thing, you just want to be sort of soft. Don't smear. No smearing. And it's a process. Don't try and do it all at once. For these lightest areas, you want to have a feel. You take the time first of all to make sure they're not too thin, not too transparent. The conservators in the future will thank you. But also, you don't want you to get all precious with your strokes, but you can see the strokes in the light areas, so that's why it'll take a little time. Without getting pretty. Even a drop of hair, I can see that. You wanted to be immortal. You wanted to stay with the painting. It's always tough to put clouds in a spot like this in the middle. Probably should have just not, but it just doesn't feel right with nothing there. It's just implied, that's fine. Do a lot of squinting. I think that's good. Don't need to get too precious. Alright, let's put this in. Yeah, you have a toe on the brush of these DOS filberts, and it is useful, but doesn't give you as much control as the toe on, say, a treacle, a more expensive brush. The heck is that? We'll do some more work on that. For sure, we just don't want a harsh edge right now. I think I'm just going to stick with my straight line idea. I keep trying to do other things. I think with the highlights I can bring in some other stuff, but we don't have to solve all those problems all at once either. Okay, wiped off my brush really good. And I'm just going to break up a few things here. This is a diffusion. I don't need harsh edges. Alright, check out the book. 13 years of accumulated painting knowledge about how to work in the tonalist way. all in one book, and I will send it to you anywhere on the planet for $65 US, and international shipping's included. We got demonstrations in there, we got all kinds of explanations about things, and it's a beautiful book, so check it out. We're back. It's raining. Gosh, this is looking nice, don't you think? No? What is that? Looking nice. Now, darks, and so much is painting. Here comes the rain. Oh, yeah, I'm really stoked with the way this looks. Including this area here. I mean, that's looking fine so far. And a lot of the red, you know, it's working fine. The hills, we can put a few little highlights back there, will be good. Yeah, okay. So, we need a brush for the darks. Yeah, I'm going to go for the control. If I want to, I can jump up to this. So we're going for the 0 Silver Grand Prix. Way too much oil. I don't need that much oil. Holy cow. Nice and long. Now you should be able to pick me up on my Zoom mic. Pretty loud on the camera mic. But I don't plan on saying much anyway. It's pretty loud. Let's just do it. I wouldn't mind it thinner. Let some of the red come through here. So added more oil. Up here, it's just a little darker. Almost a glazy kind of thing. I don't want it too black up there. It's always good with remember with the brush like this, especially this is a newer Zero. You use that side, it's like having a bigger brush. Hey. I got some color there. I just want to I want to remember that we want to break out of that, where that goes a little higher, even if it's just a tiny bit. Well, I'd say this brush is doing a great job. I'm very pleased. And we're working pretty thin. Okay, let's say our darks are in. This is a very similar brush, eh? It's a little bigger. Let's give it a sear track It's a flat. We're going to give that a try on the foliage. Yeah, I'm adding a little bit of the Paraline green to the mix. Over here we brought in this, some madder and things just to change things up. Probably ignoring mixes I made. That's too green for there. Yeah, a little more of that Paraline might just do the trick. Paraline and madder. This is not the way I usually paint. This is very soft, very transparent, and inspired by the reference. Has that very gauzy feel. I kind of want a Nessie sort of glow. It's time to wipe that brush off. We've gone very far with the middle, the dark into the middle, which is a lot of this painting. It's not all though. We need to know when to set up a place for. We're building. I am very happy with how this one's going. We're building. Red. Just supporting what's the bit of the underpainting coming through. Nice. And I might have forgot to do that if I hadn't mixed it. And yeah, it's very dark right now because of this rain. Not so bad here in the light, but over here where the palette is, that's dark. Yeah. Okay, nice. Lighter green. I'm bringing in more parylene into it to green it up a little further. Is it too? No, it's not too dark. Well, in the reference, these are golds, but I may go more green because remember I say I want to do the grass more with the golds. Yeah, even though I want gold here, I still want some green too. Yeah, I'm putting it in now. I'm happy with that. No reason to mix that in. We'll pop that over here. I don't know where you are, but I don't want you. Hi, how you doing?
And there's some crazy river out there, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh well, that'll do.
You called it.
Better get to that sea eventually. Hey, how's your dogs doing?
Good, good. Oh, hey, how you doing? Just your girls. Yeah.
Is Pepper?
Hello.
I took them for a walk, but they didn't really want to walk anywhere because it's too wet.
It's too wet. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Hello. You look familiar. It looks like a female Jerry.
Ginger.
Yeah. And Ginger's a perfect name.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
She's Pepper.
Yeah, yeah. I met her.
The Spice Girls.
Yeah, right.
Yes. I don't think she likes the thunder too much.
They don't like it.
Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
See you.
Yeah. All right, next color. Well, that seems orangey, but I'm gonna want more. I remember mixing that with just the Mars. Not much cad, but I need a little more presence in there. Not that much though, holy cannoli. The tiniest amount of cad, look what it did. That's okay though, I'm moving into the grass here. A little darker. That's not that far off from this road coming. Yeah, you saw me try and use the Mars black there. I want a gray, but I don't want a too isolated feeling. That's a bit like a purple. That's alright. Now this has very cleverly grass growing in the road. That's not an effect I like. Well, I don't do it. It could be in the reference, so I just ignore it. I don't want it too busy. That tree trunk is super thick. Oh man, all the white. Fine. Oh, just gonna reset with black here. Skybrush is still there. We're still here. There. We should be able to just thin it down right here with this color. Important it doesn't end where the tree does. This tree's problematic. We're just gonna... Well, we're gonna soften those edges. That's one thing we're gonna do. That's not bad. Grass, back to the grass. Where'd you go? I got that green. I probably maybe will use a little bit of that green up in the sky, but grass. There we go. That's very bright. It's still super bright. What the heck? That's better. Yeah, so you see me coming with the side like that, mostly because I don't want everything to be dash, dash, dash. That's old Mike, old days. You know you're painting grass. And a few dashes are great, but don't get too carried away with it. Well, a few highlights will be done. I'm not going to overdo it. I'm liking the way it feels. One thing I don't think is a great plan, and I know it when I did it, but you know, I know I could fix it too. So that's just distracting up there. I don't need it. I got this light green. Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, good thing, Jen. Lovely weather.
Huh?
Lovely weather.
Oh yeah, great weather. I'm glad that it's calmed down a little bit.
Yeah.
What brings you out to the quarry today?
I'm off work today, and yeah, it looks in really, to be honest.
Huh?
Thought I'd come and have a look.
Yeah. So you live here in town?
I'm just visiting. I'm here till Saturday next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here for 6 weeks though, so I haven't made it up here yet. So.
You've been in Whangarei for 6 weeks or in Northland?
Whangarei.
Okay. All right. Yeah, well, we're kind of like off the beaten track, I would say.
Yeah, my mum kept telling me to come here, but I just didn't go around to it. But yeah. Yeah, beautiful painting.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a few artist studios here. One of the few that's like open properly. I think Maggie's open on the end too, though, today.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. No, it's a great place to work, the quarry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are all, I think, oils.
Yeah, oils on wood.
Beautiful. Quite an inspiring landscape up here, I think.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, inland and the coast. Increasingly, I've been painting a lot of coastals too.
Yeah, the shapes of the Puhikawa trees are really nice.
Oh yeah, that's not an easy tree to paint, but yeah, when you get it right, it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome to come back if you want.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Are these for sale, these wee ones?
Yeah. Like $100.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, those you can it's an easy size to find frames for too. It's very standard size.
Okay.
It's 5x7.
Right, I might come back.
Okay, see ya. Yep. I think we'll make that like a gold highlight. Let's just really pile in some of this yellow. And some orange and a little bit of the white. Now the white will kill the chroma and lighten it. That's going to be maybe too bright. Don't know. Whoa, what a difference, eh? Holy cow. I'll have to mellow out some of that, but I'm liking it. I think we're very close. Oh no, I'm going to put some stuff in the hills, but I think we're done with the landscape. Maybe do a little bit over here, just bring in another... so just with the very, just very thin, some oil, just to break it up a little. Some faux, that's faux detail, my friends. Yeah, I want to tell the story without being overt. That's what I'm trying to do. Now I want to go and soften some of those marks. I'm not overly soft. I'm quite happy with the general feel. Oh yeah, hills, like I said. Maybe this tone. It could be almost any color. It just needs to be more of a value thing. Might just be enough there. I don't want actual black there. That's why I'm using this brush with all this paint in it. I don't want to make that the focal point, man. Oh yeah, now that's probably setting me up for... Yeah, here you go. I use this in the year. That'll be good on those trees. Very thin though, very thin indeed. Just want to open them up a little bit. Okay, a little bit more at the black, then we're done. We're getting into this like trouble spot where we're gonna start losing good stuff. That's how you know a painting's done. If you were wondering, I'm telling you. Put a little bit here. I was hoping that'd be greener. So it was one way to make way. I think it's greener. Use that permanent green light. I want a few little green strokes in the grass. I want them a little lighter than this. You know what I'm saying? That's adding some excitement. Well, I'm really glad I went after this painting. It's pretty exciting. Maybe up there a little lighter. What do we got here? Not a lot. I don't want to do a lot. We'll soften that. And I think we'll call it a painting. I'm pretty happy. I could keep going, but Is that just too sharp? Sharp edges call attention. Lots of ways to soften things. I think it has quite a messy sort of feeling. That's still too thin there. I mean, I could be asking for trouble and doing what I'm going to try and do, which is just give it a little haircut here. We're hitting some ridge of the underpainting there, the dry underpainting, which has been a boon, total boon. Okay. Okay. Thanks for joining me today. I think this one came out super nice, super cool. So glad to have a break from the coastals, and I'm back into the coastals because I could probably sell the coastals. Don't know when this will sell, but it's beautiful. I'm happy to have made it. And I'm sure if you subscribe for tonalism, you got some.